Hello everybody and welcome to my 5th advanced Excel tutorial, and this tutorial is going to continue going into pivot tables. So the first thing I want to show you is how to get back this. So you just close it off, show field list, and I'll show you this again. Just in case you ever close it down or if you don't want other people to be able to see it and make changes. The next thing I wanted to show you is another pretty useful thing with pivot tables. So what you saw here, when you double click on these, it expands and de-expands. Is that the word? I hope so. So expands or de-expands the information. If you double click on an actual number, it will show you the records behind it. It will only bring through the ones that are in that section. So for this one, it's only brought through any sales that were made in London for Cody Otterson. Cody Otterson has made quite a lot of sales in London, so quite a few records have come through. So that's really useful. You can get it to bring through loads of really useful information. It makes your reports really dynamic because you can have a summary on the front, and then people can go, okay, I want to see even more detail on that, and go into here and go, okay, that's all of the sales. Amazing. So that's really useful. Sorry if you're hearing the same noise I get to hear when I delete something, the little warning sign going doo-doo. It's very loud in my ears, so I imagine you probably can. If you can't, then you're very lucky. So that's how you would use that. The last thing I want to show you is how you can have more than one data item in here. So say we want to count how many sales there's been, and we want it to show how much they've cost us. So let's take sales ref and drop it into here. You'll see it's split it out. So you've got count of sales ref, sum of sale costs. And now if we look at this, so in London, for Alison Usri, and I've taken his name off a random generator, so don't blame me if you can't pronounce these names that are made up either. Sorry if your surname's Usri and I've just said your name's made up. I don't actually think that your name is made up. So this is going to show you the count of the sales ref 22, and that those cost 1,783 between them. Now, sometimes you don't want it to be in line like this. So what you can do, you can put it so it's on that side by clicking on the data and dragging it across to here, and then it will go across on the columns. And if you put anything on the top, so say we put a year on the top, then you can put it above or below, and then it will treat it as if it's a column kind of structure, so to speak. But I don't want to do that because it's showing nodes. But essentially the column structures work exactly the same as the row structures. And you can keep on adding things in, so you could add date in there. At the moment it's counts, let's make that max of date, and let's make it an actual date. Okay, so max of date, so that's showing the most recent sale for that person, which is quite useful. You could have average amount of units, so let's go to that. So field settings, average, so that's the average quantity of things that they buy. And that's just generally how you'd use them. So much time we've got left, so that's going to be it for this tutorial. And in the next tutorial I'm going to show you how to use a pivot table to create a pivot chart. Now, if you're not feeling comfortable with pivot tables yet, then I suggest you either go back and watch the tutorials again, and definitely try using them yourself, because using them yourself is what's going to get you used to the format with them and how they work. So just keep practicing until you're completely comfortable with them before moving on to pivot charts, because you need to know exactly how these work in order for pivot charts to work. So thanks for listening. I hope you have fun practicing, and I hope to catch you soon.